This is Catherine. Welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. This is your weekly reading for December 4th to the 11th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone, but I do suggest that you take a look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs throughout the week as well. So for those of you that are seeking a personal reading, or perhaps if you're interested in purchasing one of the Organites that I do make, as many of you know, all of the Organites that you do see in my videos are made by me. And all of my links are below. So this is for my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website. You can contact me through any of those links. And don't forget our live show, 1 o'clock p.m. Saturday. So this is where we're going to be doing some mini readings. It is not full readings. I just want everybody to, be aware of that. They're not full readings. They are mini readings. And you can come and join on Saturdays for those. Now, I do want to apologize that I was not able to appear this Saturday. So what happened is I actually was opening a box and I had a little bit of an accident, if you can see the Band-Aid there, with an X-Acto knife. And it took a couple of stitches and yeah. So anyway, I had planned to appear and then that happened and I ended up having to go to the Medi Center for a few hours, and unfortunately I was just unable to do the videos or unable to do the live. But if you had joined on our last live show, we did talk about the Organite giveaway. So I am going to be giving away this Organite, and this is actually fairly much out of the mold. I just actually brought it out of the mold on Saturday. I was going to present it at that show, but this is going to be the Organite we're going to be giving away. So now the rules behind this, okay, are very simple, but there's going to be no exceptions. All right. So first of all, the first rule is you must be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. This is going to be absolutely crucial. And I need you to send me a screenshot. If your name, sometimes when you subscribe to YouTube, it does not show up as a subscriber. So I do need to have that possible screenshot. And you can send this to, again, either my, I would say actually my Facebook page. That's at Oracle Intuitions. And that's probably the best way. For those of you that don't have Facebook, you can send it to my Instagram at Oracle_Intuitions. Or if you really need to, you can send it to my Gmail, which is oracleintuitions1111.gmail.com. All right. So there's 3 different ways to send it. Just to show me that you have subscribed to my channel. The second is that you need to be subscribed to either my Facebook page. All right, you need to be a follower on Facebook, or you need to be a follower on Instagram. So it's not only just YouTube, but it needs to be on another social media platform, which is either Facebook or Instagram. Okay, so there needs to be 2 subscriptions. Also, this is how you get your name into the draw. So every time you share my YouTube channel, all right, and it's just very easy to do. You just press the share button and you can share that directly to one of your social media platforms. Every time you share the page, and it has to be a public share, not, private messaging or anything like that. Every time you share my page, every time you share my YouTube channel, your name will go into the draw. So it's it's very simple. All you have to do is send me the screenshot. So send me a screenshot of you subscribe to YouTube and to either Facebook or Instagram. And again, for every share that you put publicly and send me the screenshot for, your name goes into the draw. All right. So I'm going to also put the details down below into the description box for anybody, who's a little confused by how I just explained that. But then on Saturday, Brandon and I are going to do a live draw for this. You must also be watching Saturday. So if your name is drawn and you're not, in the chat, then we're going to have to move to another name. All right. So these are all the conditions. And all right, I hope that made sense. I hope you guys have an amazing week. We're going to get right into the readings now. Take care and many blessings. Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading for December 4th to the 11th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings and they may not resonate with everyone, but I do suggest that you take a look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs throughout the week as well. Also, if you see me shuffling awkwardly, please remember that if you didn't watch the intro, I did cut myself on Saturday, and it's really hard to bend my finger. So, all right, let's get into it. So I'm going to try and shuffle the cards as well as I can, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's take a look and see what is coming through for you this week, Virgo. All right. For the mind, we have opulence. It's time to lead. Beautiful energy. For the body, we have reveal your gifts, and for spirit, we have make peace with your past. Beautiful energy. All right, Virgo, here's what's going on for you this week. I do feel, okay, when we have spirit coming through saying make peace with your past, I feel that for whatever reason, that past is holding you back in some manner from the future, or possibly the present. When it's talking about it's time to reveal your gifts, this is talking about allow that beauty that is inside of you to be revealed. If you're holding back, whether this is an art form, maybe this is perhaps in a hobby form of some way. Some of you might be, maybe you're great cooks, maybe maybe you have a beautiful hobby, maybe there's an elegant way of, your communication. Whatever it is, Spirit is saying, you know what? Don't let your past hold you back. It also talks about it's time to lead. It's time to take charge. I feel that for some of you, this could have career or perhaps romantic connotations behind it. Take it as it resonates with you. It's not going to resonate, in the same way for everybody. But what I'm feeling is it's almost like you're holding yourself back. And I felt this before with you, Virgos, as well. Sometimes it almost feels as though, okay, well, that relationship didn't work out. I think I'm going to hold back a little bit. I'm going to hold back my energy in some manner towards the next relationship, or perhaps, again, maybe it has to do with a gift of some sort. Revealing your gift, whether it's an art form, communication, whatever it is. Don't let past disappointments keep you stuck in the past. Spirit is asking you now, it is time to reveal those. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to come through. Allow yourself to present who you truly are. This isn't the time to hold back. I do feel that for some of you, it almost feels like you're taking, I keep wanting to say like you're taking a couple of steps forward, but you're also taking a couple of steps back. So it almost feels as though you're staying within this energy of like some sort of circle or something that needs to end. It's like you move forward, and here's the thing, just because you've moved forward a couple of steps doesn't mean that energy has all cleared. So it almost feels like you're taking a couple of steps forward for some of you, and then you're hit with something, from the past. Maybe this is perhaps somebody saying something, or maybe somebody's, actions in some way. And what I keep getting is Spirit is trying to push you through that. So even though you may have a blockage in there, or maybe a blockage is presented in some way, don't let it allow you to take a couple of steps back again. Don't put yourself back into that energy of the past. It almost feels like those blockages are coming up for whatever reason that they are, in order for you to truly just push right through them, to allow yourself to just look at them as what they are and just say, okay, this is either a test from the universe, or perhaps, Spirit is trying to give me that strength, because once we push back, push towards a blockage and break through it, that blockage isn't going to come up in the same manner again. It may be a different, minor blockage, but you've already challenged it. You've already faced it. You've already pushed through it. So allow this to happen. This is what I keep getting, because it very much has that energy of like a couple of steps forward, hit a block, move back again. And Spirit is asking you, keep moving. Time to take the lead. And it does feel that for some of you, you already know this. You already have that mental energy of this. It's just finding the way to go about doing it. I just dropped a card on the floor, so just give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to grab it. Okay. So this is the time to do it. This is the time to allow yourself to reveal it. I do feel that for some of you, that strength is coming through, but again, you may have to, just completely break through the barrier in some way. All right. So let's see what clarification cards are coming through for you at this time. Again, these cards are really hard to shuffle. They're a beautiful thick stock, which is great, unless you can't completely bend your fingers. So, but I also know that Spirit will give me what is needed. All right. Yeah. See, look at that. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Something from the past is holding you back. And I do feel that for some of you, it's bringing up feelings of pain, some feelings of depression, feelings of maybe not being able to make it through to the next step. Sorry, I just need to take a drink. And I feel like, especially with that 3 of Swords energy, it can be very much, it's almost as though you get to that area, you get to that blockage of whatever it is. And it's like you go into this energy, and it's like, I don't know if I can do this. And it holds you back. It puts you into this place of sadness. It puts you into this place of almost feeling defeated, of depression, or however it is, however it's resonating with you. And I just feel keep pushing. That blockage is there in order for you to push through it. It's not, Spirit isn't trying to hold you back. It's just that once you break through that blockage, then you've already known you've mastered it. You've allowed yourself to push through it in order for it to not keep revealing itself. Okay? It's almost like, how do you get through the door if you're not willing to open the door? Right? Okay? That's what Spirit's asking you to do. Open the door. Look at that. Look at that. Victory. All right? Once you break through that blockage, exactly as I just said, victory. Okay? In order to make it to the other side, break through it. Break through that barrier. Break through whatever is holding you back, because victory is waiting on that other side. And look at that. Self-love, your cup running over. This is about not only, I feel like the energy that's coming through here is once you break through that barrier, there's basically nothing that you can't achieve. It doesn't mean that more barriers aren't going to come up, throughout your life or throughout maybe even this particular situation. But because you've broken that main wall or that main barrier or that main blockage, you're basically in this feeling of not only, self-achievement, but that feeling of proud, that victory. Okay, I've already done this. I can do this next one. Or, I can do these little minor ones that are coming up. It's like nothing is going to be as big of a step after this once you get through that main barrier or that main blockage. Look at that. We've got the Justice card. Yeah, that's how things start to balance themselves out. That's where when that Justice card comes up, it very much talks about things going within your favor. Okay, that those scales start to tip. They start to tip within your favor. So maybe in the past things weren't tipping within your favor. Maybe in the past, within some areas, you felt very much like you had to fight through something, or that maybe perhaps, like, let's just put this into other words. For some of you, it may feel like I'm going to put it into employment. Okay, maybe there was a job that you were wanting, or whatever it was, and other people kept getting it, and other people kept getting it, and other people kept getting it. And you get into this place, well, I don't know if I even want to try anymore. I want to try for this job, but in the past I haven't gotten this job, or I haven't gotten that step. What this card is saying is once you break through this barrier, that's where things really start to tip into your favor. Allow yourself to reveal your gifts. It also opens up your energy to being more expressive in some way, or allowing yourself to show off your talents in some ways, having that confidence behind you, okay? Because breaking through that first barrier is going to be the steps that lead you forward to completely, being able to receive what it is that you're desiring. Yeah, breaking through. It also talks about when we have that 6 of Swords energy coming through. This is about going from a place of maybe perhaps feeling trapped, or, feeling caged in some way, to escaping what is holding you back. This is exactly what I'm getting. This is beautiful energy. And look at that. Start planning for the future. All right. Here's the interesting thing with that Seven of Coins. This very much talks about what you reap, you sow. All right. So if you're staying in that energy of that Three of Swords, where you're staying in that energy of feeling depressed or feeling like things aren't working your way, or you're expecting negative aspects towards a situation. If you're staying within that energy, that's truly what it is that you're planting. If you're getting into that energy of victory and success and allowing yourself to, that cup overflowing and that self-love and that self-confidence, revealing your gifts, allowing yourself to open, that also is what you are planning. Okay, that is what you are sowing. That is what you will be reaping. The Seven of Coins also talks about patience. All right, so maybe things aren't going to immediately change. Maybe, sometimes it's like if we plant a flower, if we were to stand over the flower and wait for it to grow, it's going to take a long time before we really start seeing the progress. We're going to be standing there, right? But if we're doing the things that are going to nurture that flower, so we're watering it, we're feeding it, we're giving it the sunlight it needs, all of that things, you're going to see that progress a lot faster. And that's what that Seven of Coins represents. So the more that you're feeding your desires, the more that you're going to start seeing your desires come to fruition. Look at that. We also have that Four of Pentacles energy. It's interesting because that Four of Pentacles can really talk about hanging on to things, okay? But it can also talk about hanging on to things in a positive way. I feel like for some of you, you may be hanging on to the past in that negative manner. For some of you, I feel like this is a twofold type of card. I feel that for some of you, hang on to the gifts, okay? Hang on to the gifts that Spirit wants you to reveal. Hang on to, planning for the future, making those steps forward. And I do feel that for some of you, this card is talking about really and truly letting go of what is, that energy from the past that's been holding you back. Look at that. We have the Death card coming through. So this is about transition. It's about change. Once you let go of what it is that you're hanging on to, you're going to truly see that change. And again, whatever it is that you are planting, okay, that transformation is going to be able to come through. When we have the Death card coming in, it's about letting go of the past and moving forward to something brighter and more beautiful. And we have to remember that when we let go, we're actually allowing that energy to transmute into something that is going to be more beneficial and stronger for us. There's no need to hang on to the old energy. We also have that Page of Wands coming in. So what I'm getting with that Page of Wands is this is the beginning of, starting something new, starting again, creativity. This could have to, for some of you, this could have to do with creativity. It could have to do with maybe building a business. However it resonates with you, this even could have to do with relationships, but it talks about putting that passion, again, transmuting that old energy into what is going to be bigger and brighter and more beautiful for you. What are you creating? What is it that you want to create? Spirit is asking you now to really focus in on this creation rather than this energy of that Three of Swords. It's time to allow yourself to let go, truly transmute all of this into planning the steps for the future in whichever aspect that you're building towards. All right, so let's get a look at relationships and see what is coming through for you. Okay, so we're going to be pulling 3 cards from 2 decks for relationships. Please remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. Just take them as they resonate with you at this time. And let's see what is coming through. Okay. All right. Energy for relationships. Look at this. A father's love. A father's love for a son or daughter never dies. Strength gained from such love is often quantifiable in it, that it can be tapped into any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. I feel like for some of you, this could have to do with a relationship with a father, whether it's within a negative sense or positive sense. I feel like for some of you, there may be, energies from a father figure or father that may need to be let go of. Okay. Especially if this has to do with relationships, maybe there's something that you need to let go of in some manner. All right. What I'm also getting here is that I feel like for some of you, this is also a special message from your father, maybe one that has passed, letting them know that they're there to give you that strength in moving forward. But I'm also getting just a masculine energy coming through, especially, if you're a feminine. It doesn't need to be just for feminines, but what I am getting here is it does feel some sort of energy of strength that is coming through. And I feel like this was Spirit's way of just talking about strength in some manner of moving forward. For some of you, maybe this is also a time to repair a relationship with a father in some way. It also talks about staying connected. We are all born connected to Spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect the source. So it's interesting because we did have that past coming through. We did have, talking about revealing our gifts. I do feel that for some of you, this might even have to do with spirituality. Maybe perhaps, you have psychic tendencies or intuitive tendencies or empathic tendencies. I feel like for some of you, I'm also getting here a very strong, kind of soul connection in some way. And it feels like for some of you, you're disconnecting with soul energy. Okay. It almost feels like, again, we talked about those barriers, and hitting that barrier. And it almost feels like for some of you, you go back into that Three of Swords energy where you're like, well, this isn't working. Maybe I'm not supposed to have it. It's almost like blaming Spirit to some degree, or looking for strength from Spirit. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is we are giving you that strength. We're trying to give you that strength to break through a barrier, break through the wall, or break through a blockage of some sort. So connect to us in order to, receive that help for us. Ask for that help from us right now, because I do feel like again, I feel like Spirit is pushing you forward, but it's like you get to that blockage and then you take those steps back. So however this is connected for you, take it as the messages resonate. We're also having reach out. We know that you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation, just as we talked about. Support as much about the physical act of accepting help we're offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. So they're basically saying, we're here. Again, we're here, right? Ask us for that help, staying connected. I feel like for some of you, if this does have to do with relationships, especially in a romantic sense, it may almost be it's almost feeling as though, it almost feels like for some of you, and this is only going to resonate for some of you, so again, take it as it does resonate. It almost feels as though there's this energy of wanting a relationship. But you're not, it's almost like that blockage is coming through within a wrong relationship or seeking a relationship when really Spirit is saying, look, we're trying to bring you one, but we're trying to bring you the right one. Okay. And you might be receiving some of those blockages simply because maybe perhaps this isn't the right, perhaps person, or maybe perhaps, those blockages are coming up because, again, of your own fears. Sometimes what we do is we tend to settle for people that maybe perhaps are not right for us simply because we are in a place of desiring something so much. Okay, we might want a relationship so much that we'll just kind of, we're tending to, we allow ourselves to settle into relationships that just truly aren't for us. And sometimes spirit can put those blockages up. So really take a look. Or is it that you're getting into a relationship, and instead of facing your fears, you start noticing all the little things about somebody that truly, it's almost like sometimes we get into a place where we want that relationship so bad that we're not willing to be patient for the things to develop within that relationship. I feel like it's time to really sit and take a look. What is it? What can I ask spirit for? How do I get through whatever blockage this is? Where is this blockage related to me? And of course, that's going to change for everybody, and it doesn't, again, need to be romantic, but it does feel there needs to be a step forward in asking for help from spirit in order to move this forward. So let's get a look into some clarification and see what is coming through. It almost feels like spirit is trying to bring you something, okay, in some way, whether it's help within a particular situation, or maybe it's a particular person, or maybe just the energy of being in that strong relationship. But it almost feels like for some of you, it's like you're partially listening. You're listening, you see the signs, but you're not completely pushing through whatever barrier is there. And that's what spirit is asking you for at this moment. And it feels like it might be just time to sit within the energy and really figure out what spirit is asking of you or trying to show you right now. Okay? So let's get some clarification and see what is coming through. All right, the first thing is have alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So I feel like spirit is saying to you, look, we're here. We want to help you with this. But are you settling? Are you in a place of paying attention? Notice repetitive signs in your inner guidance. This can yield valuable information. Again, I feel like spirit is trying to bring you some sort of sign, some sort of indication of what it is that you're seeking or what it is that you want. And it's also talking about playtime. The dolphins know about the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. Again, letting go of something from the past. Here's the thing, especially if this is a romantic relationship, not every relationship that we enter into romantically needs to lead to an ending. Okay, whether this is a positive ending or a negative ending, if we're entering a relationship just in the extent of, okay, I want this to be long term, I'm only looking for my partner, I'm only looking for marriage, all of that stuff. If we're walking into a relationship with just that mindset, things aren't probably going to present themselves in the way that they're going to present themselves, or with the way that you're hoping that they're going to present themselves. We tend to put out that energy of, again, when I say desperation, I don't say that you're being desperate, but it can be that energy of wanting that long-term future, or wanting, not settling for anything less than what it is that you're truly wanting. I feel like the guides are really saying, look, let's say you go on a date, just enjoy the date. Don't be sitting there thinking about, I'm going to have 3 kids with this person, or, we're going to have a happy life. You know what? Just enjoy the here and now. Enjoy, letting go of things, and maybe perhaps not hanging on so tightly to that end result. You're planting the seeds for the end result. So allow spirit to bring that to you. It may not be with a particular person. It may not be with the next date. It may not be with, whatever it is, but allow that energy to build. Like once you've planted the seeds, again, you're watering them, you're nurturing them, but you're not standing over them. Okay, it feels like you need to go and play and, take care of the business that you need to take care of. Have fun with all of this, especially if you're seeking a romantic relationship in some way. Or maybe perhaps this is even just rebuilding a relationship in some manner, with somebody else. For some of you, it even could be fathers. All right. But having too many expectations, either on yourself or within other people, is that can lead to that Three of Swords energy where we're just feeling like defeated, or we're just feeling in this place of despondent because of the fact that things aren't going exactly the way that we wanted them to go. Again, reveal your gifts. It feels as though things need to come through. Maybe it's that gift of being patient. Maybe it's that gift of communication. Maybe it's allowing yourself to just open up and release the things that you were hanging on to in order to bring new beautiful developments to come through, like with that Death card. All right, so take again as that resonates for you at this time. But let's get a closing message from Spirit and see what is coming in. So closing message from Spirit for Virgo, December 4th to the 11th. Let's see what Spirit has to say. All right, 2 cards. Yeah, homeland. Arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, and settled. See, it's building towards that future, okay? It's going towards what it is that is truly resonating with you, what is feeling good. Instead of pushing something that doesn't feel like home, allow the energy of home to come to you is what I'm getting. If something is feeling good to you, if something is resonating with you, you don't need to push it. All right, that can open those doors. Sometimes if we're pushing again on a door, but maybe it's a pull, right? We're not going to get through. And that's what I'm getting from Spirit. It almost feels like Spirit is saying, look, let go of what it is that you're hanging on to. Let go of, pushing against something that isn't working at this time. Time to let it be, let it to go. It also talks about Grandmother Ocean, primordial. I'm not exact. Oh, I feel like this is also ancestral. So it's funny because we had that father's love coming through as well. This is a very ancestral card. So this could have to do with, again, things from the past. Whether this is ancestral in some way, it may be time to let go of some things that kept coming up. And again, for some of you, this could have to do with father figures, maybe even just a masculine energy. It even could have to do with the fact that maybe in the past, there was some sort of issue with the masculine energy. Maybe perhaps there was a disappointment within that masculine energy in some way. But what I'm getting here, it may even very well be, that with ancestral, this could be watching our parents fail at marriages, or watching our parents fail within relationships, or having that ancestral background where we're seeing disappointments, maybe even perhaps not within our own family but others. And I feel like, again, you got to release the energy in some way. Go with what resonates with you at this time. Allow yourself to go towards planting for the future, creating that future. Allow yourself to just have fun, to enjoy the moment, especially if it has to do with, romantic relationships in some manner. I feel like pushing on that energy or trying to create something out of something that isn't for you or isn't making you feel that you're happy at this time isn't the way to go. And that could very well be why that barrier is there. Or maybe this ancestral energy that is coming through is helping to push you through those barriers that are blocking you at that moment. So again, take all of this as it is resonating with you. And don't forget to join in on Saturday, 1:00 p.m., where we're going to be doing the draw for that beautiful Organite, this one right here. Please remember to read the rules. So I've put a video up, in like an individual video in regards to the rules, or the, whatever you call it, I guess, rules for the draw, and where you can watch the intro of this video. So have an amazing week. Take care. Many blessings. Bye-bye.